Hello. Welcome, welcome. Just trying to pin this comment. Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Moon Manifestation using Tarot. My name is Alex, aka the High Priestess of Brooklyn. I'm coming to you live from Brooklyn in my house. Surprise, surprise. And I'm so excited because it's a new moon in Gemini today. And we're going to be talking about how to manifest with this energy. I know you as the My Lunar community know all about the lunar cycles. So you know that the lunar cycles, the new moon is the time to manifest. So we're going to be talking about the new moon in Gemini, what that means for your manifestation practice. We're going to pull some tarot to get more clarity. And then we're going to talk about our manifestations that we want to call in. So get thinking about that. If there are any Geminis in the room, holla, it's our season. I'm a Gemini as well, sun. But we're all going to have fun today because everybody's picking up this Gemini energy, and I know y'all have some boosts going on. I just want to show you that I have my citrine here, which is giving me all the manifestation power, a lot of energy and boosts. I didn't need any help. I'm already quite energized today, but it's here. So let's get started. We're going to be talking about Gemini, which is signified by the lovers. So you can see this card is all about duality. It's the ancient couple of Adam and Eve symbolized here. And there's a lot of air in this card, in the clouds and the angels. There's a lot of connectivity between the two. It's yin and yang. The divine masculine, the divine feminine, that's within all of us. That's what Gemini really signifies. So the twins is more so the duality of the nature, the masculine, feminine, head, heart, the connectivity between both and the communication between both. So if you think about the way in which you integrate those two sides of yourself, you want to say left brain, right brain, whatever it is, that's really the power that's being harnessed here with the lovers and the Gemini energy. So that's really what we're going to be talking about manifesting today. So if you're thinking about what you want to focus on for this new moon, you're going to want to focus on all of those things I just mentioned. So what do I want to communicate? What do I want to connect? Who do I want to connect with? How do I want to heal relationships or be in a relationship with either myself or another person? So given this energy around Gemini, it's all about like this integration, which is why I love tarot and astrology together, because it just personifies exactly what we're talking about. You can see it literally in an image. And if you want to think about your favorite Geminis too, that's helpful to think about, wow, what do my Gemini friends do really well? What do I wish that I could do as well as they do? Don't go too far down that road because you've got your own strengths as well, and you definitely want to integrate. But just personifying the sign and personifying the moon is really helpful to get a good grounding. So I'm going to pull some more cards to give us some clarification for the collective on what else we can be focusing on for this new moon cycle. So for those who are not familiar with tarot, I am using the Waite tarot deck. It's one of the oldest, tried and true, and it's got amazing symbolism. There are tons of variations on this deck though, and I really invite you to check a lot of them out. There are amazing small business owners who have created decks, beautiful decks, and they all sort of deviate from this Waite. So I'm just gonna pull a small little pull, and then we're gonna talk about manifestation. So if you guys want to drop in your signs or what you're thinking about manifesting, or just say hi, feel free. I really love interacting. Hello, Gemini. So I would be really happy to chat with y'all. I just realized I didn't see everyone who was joining because I was scrolled all the way to the top because Grandma couldn't pin her comment at the beginning. So. Scorpio, Virgo, yes. I'm a Scorpio moon, so I totally relate. Aries, all right. Fire, fire. Gemini, cool. Oh, it's Marjane. Yes. No, you're an Aries, obviously. Watching from Brooklyn, yes. Brooklyn strong. All right. All right, so we have some great cards to clarify our Lovers energy, our Gemini energy. What else should we be focusing on? Well, love to see the Empress. So the Empress is actually the card to signify Venus, and it's also Venus in Gemini right now. Wow, really can't write this stuff, guys. So Venus is in Gemini right now, but she's retrograde. So I'd really invite you to think about relationships, to what you love, who you love, and how you create. And think about that in relation to rethinking. Retrograde is all about reword. So rethink your relationships. Didn't even plan that one. And how they worked. What worked and what didn't work. And what you want to call in for the next cycle. So this is a really great card to signify if it's not about love, it's about what we find attractive and what we're attracted to, and that can be anything beautiful. So think about your wardrobe. What did you like in the past that you want to bring back? It can be as simple as that. So think about all of the ways in which you identify with Venus. And Venus in Gemini is all about like talkative, bubbly, banter, back and forth, connectivity through communication. So think about if you're in a partnership or you want to call one in, the best way to communicate with you. What do you really hope for in your partnership? Do you want to have a clearing of communication? Do you want to have more communication, more frequent communication? Do you guys need to talk about your love languages? I would argue, yes, you do, if you haven't yet. So things like that you can be thinking about. And the Ace of Wands, which is all about actually creating something or getting an offer to create something brand new. So the Suite of Wands is the Suite of Fire. So all my fire signs in the room, you know what this is like. It's action. It's bold statements. It's moving fast. And when it comes through in an ace, it means there's a new opportunity to call something in. We're also talking about manifestation. We're talking about new opportunities, planting the seeds. So the ace is the perfect card to, again, can't make this up, guys. I did shuffle and you saw me do it. This is the card to signify, like, what are we planting? So what do we hope to bring in a brand new opportunity into our lives? So this is, of course, Manifestation 101, the beginning. So that's really awesome. We're going to be thinking about that, new ways to create. And then we have the Nine of Cups reversed, which is a card to signify we're almost there from an emotional standpoint, but we're almost to a 10, but what are we lacking? What do we need to actually focus on internally? How are we going to nourish our emotional side right now? So if you think about manifestation, we're doing a ritual right now. We're talking it out. It's Gemini season. Love it. But you might need to take a beat, go take a bath, go candle gaze if you want, give yourself a home pedicure, put yourself in a state where you can actually be thinking about these things and ruminating on these topics. Because what you really want to make sure when you're manifesting is that you're being very clear to the universe. You're saying, hey, this is what I want. And so you better be clear, and you better really understand what it is that you want so you can be clear when you write that down. And so however you need to do that, whatever your self-care ritual is to be able to call that in, that's super important to think about right now. So I would just invite you to think about, feelings of gratitude, how you can cultivate that, how you normally cultivate that, and then write your list if you haven't written it yet. So if you've already done that today, amazing. I did that today. I took, actually with my Lunarly box, they gave a little eucalyptus spray, and I sprayed that shit all over my shower, breathed it in, and got in. And it was really lovely. It felt like a steam room. It felt like I was in a spa, and God, do I miss spas. So think about that, guys. Think about what it is that you need in order to feel really grounded and connected to call in what you want next. So I thought I would give you some examples. Let me just check and see if anybody had questions here. So self-love is a good one. Yes, it is. All right. People are at Libra in Nashville. Cool. Pisces Princess in California. I love it. You branded yourself just like I did. Yes. Okay, cool. I think I saw a question here. How can you figure out what works when the other party doesn't want to talk about it? I date a Taurus, so I know exactly what the fuck that means. Sorry, I'm cursing. So a Taurus is, or we're not going to talk about Tauruses, okay? I'm going to take myself out of the equation. Think about yourself. Think about your own love language. What do you need in order to feel supported? And then communicate that. If the other person doesn't want to talk about it, that's totally fine. But if you're in a relationship and it's loving and nurturing, maybe just say, hey, use I statements. That's therapy talking. Hey, here's what I really need. This is what I want out of the equation, and this is what I need in order to feel supported. And you might not be able to talk about it right now, but please get back to me with a time and place and where you'd like to talk about this, because we're going to bring it up again. And if I know anything about that, it's a Gemini. I never forget anything, and I always bring stuff up again. So, if they need to take a beat and that's really the way that they process information, then give them a beat, but let them know, like, when they're taking their beat, this is how I want to be communicated with, and this is what I need in order to feel supported. And if they really love and care about you, then they'll really think about that. So that's my advice there. How to manifest with ADD. It's so hard for me to sort out my thoughts and quiet. So yeah, I totally can relate. I think also being on your phone all day and really taking in a lot of messages and potentially missed messages is tough for manifestation. So that's why this card is actually perfect for this, because this is all about self-care. What do you need in order to really disconnect and actually fulfill what you need emotionally? I would suggest taking a bath. You can't take the phone in because it's really dangerous. And you can actually unplug, put on a playlist, bring your journal with you, don't bring anything electronic in there. You actually can't. So it's really great to actually disconnect that way. And that way the ADD will probably subside. You'll be relaxed. You'll be able to think more clearly. And if you get any thoughts that aren't around manifesting, write it down somewhere else, so you don't forget, like a Post-it or something like that. I have random thoughts during my workout, and just keep a Post-it note nearby and write it down and then look afterwards. And it's text, Steve. I don't even have a Steve in my life, but you get what I mean. The I statements, and they still aren't getting through. Okay. Well, I think that this is a time to really evaluate what you want and what you need out of your partnership. And so if it makes sense, bringing this into your manifestation would be a really great thing to do. So that actually leads me to, I'd love to hear what you guys are manifesting too. Any other questions would be awesome. But I'm going to give you some examples so you really understand like how to do this and how to manifest. And my Lunarly gives you a journal at the start of every lunar cycle with the box, which is fantastic. So, or to start your box. So I'm just gonna give you some examples of the things that I'm manifesting and calling in this lunar cycle. And hopefully that'll give you a better understanding of how you can write these statements. Also after this, my handle is pinned here, but you can sign up for my newsletter in my bio, and I'm going to be sending anybody who signs up between now and whenever I wanted to close it, haven't decided, forever. You can sign up and get Gemini new moon prompts for manifestation. So that's really easy too. And I would love to hear what you guys are manifesting. So if you want to fill it out and send it back to me, I would love that. So here's what I'm manifesting this new lunar cycle. I want to communicate as a guide for others to find their spiritual wellness path. Notice I'm using the word communicate. That's a Gemini new moon word. I want to be recognized for being my authentic self. I want to be honest with everyone to clear my throat chakra and make sure that it remains clear. I want to become comfortable in the unknown. So, manifestation sentence. Hopefully that helps Beauty Binge to understand like what are great sentences to start with, and those are the prompts that those and a few others I'm going to send in that email list. So if you sign up, then it holds you accountable to actually doing this, and you really just don't want to waste, oh, you're welcome. You really don't want to waste this time. This is the best time to manifest at the new moon cycle, and the next 3 lunation cycles are going to be in eclipse season. So while manifestation is entirely possible no matter what time of year, it is really, the portals are much more open during certain times, and the new moon is definitely one of those times, or the time to do this. So I would really urge you to take this seriously and think about this tonight. I want to manifest a mind-blowing physical connection. I feel like you edited yourself there, Lauren, and I want to applaud you because I didn't edit myself earlier today and I actually let an F-bomb slip. But I totally hear you. Like, write this down. This is the Lovers card. You know, we didn't really talk about the Lovers in relation to other people, but you can absolutely use this card to manifest your soulmate, to manifest physical connection, to manifest that partnership, that true yin and yang, that person who completes your sentences, that person who really anchors you, or if you're an earth sign already, an air sign that really lifts you up and helps you think and get a little bit more creative or adaptable. You feel me, sis? Yeah, for sure. I also really encourage you guys to think about the astrological connection here. So the Gemini connection, communication, a Gemini is never going to let something go unsaid. Think about things like that during this cycle, because it'll just be a lot easier for every sign to be able to do. So that's why we're talking about those particular topics when it comes to right now. But then think about your sign in relationship to that energy as well. So if you're an air sign, odds are this feels really natural to you. You're like already used to communicating, so not worried about you guys. For fire signs, think about the fuel, the logic you need in order to get your action-oriented nature fueled. Think about air and fire together. Think about, as an earth sign, think about the ways in which you can look at the 10,000 foot view and actually get out of the practical and get into the visionary. So that's your prompt, or that's how you can think about this energy. And that's the Empress. This Venusian energy is all about like, you know, earth mothering. But then if we're thinking about Venus and Gemini, it's like thinking about the ways we connect with other people. And that's a lot of that is through language or communication. Communication is the buzzword. If we were on Watch What Happens Live and that was the word, you know, I would be not able to drive home. Good thing I'm already home. But you get what I'm saying. And then the water signs, they need air to make waves. They need air to move out of those like deep emotional cycles, to actually move those emotions around and make them into something quite beautiful or something quite emotionally profound. So that would be like writing poetry or something like that. So you want to manifest better communication between a person who needs guidance and support. That's such a great manifestation. You can say that sentence, I want to manifest better communication between, or you want to manifest greater support for that person, and that actually think about the ways in which you can support that person, because the manifestation is all about you in relationship to others. And while you can send them love and light, if that person is not doing what they need to do in order to receive that, it's sort of like a wasted manifestation. So manifest your relationship to that person and the communication and the line in which you can actually control, and then, you know, send them love and send them gratitude and plant seeds of awareness in the universe for them for sure. But, you know, make sure that they're doing the work on their end too, because it does require that. So what you can do if that's not happening is ask the universe to plant the seeds of awareness in that person to get started on their journey. How do you use crystals for manifestation? So citrate is the manifestation crystal that came with the My Lunarly box. This is a great stone for manifestation. Just hold it near you and use it when you're writing your journal or when you're speaking this into existence. So that's really all you need to do. And then what you need to do to care for your crystals is put them in the moonlight, in a full moon, to recharge them. So for now, just when you're not using them, put them in like a dark covered cloth bag. And that's it. It's like literally that easy. I seriously feel like so energized holding this. But again, I am caffeinated and I am a Gemini and it's the new moon. So there's all those things too. Let's see. Oh, this is so sweet. Thanks everyone for all the love and support. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me know. You curse, you watch Bravo. Why is the first? This is really funny. Anybody else? Okay, so hopefully that helped the other crystal stones manifestation. Any other questions? Anybody want to close this out with what they're manifesting? I'm like really excited to see what everyone calls in. Geminis are the best at keeping secrets. I actually think that's true. We just hold things like that, especially if someone tells us not to say anything. Consider it zipped. But I also have a Scorpio moon, and that is the most secretive sign of them all. And to have it in your moon sign is like really intense. So I don't know if it's that leading the way versus the Gemini thing leading the way. However, is there any time or moon connected to the fruition to manifest these goals? So the fruition period, or the like fueling period, happens throughout the lunar cycle. So ideally, and this it depends on what you're manifesting and how big it is, but you should really reevaluate throughout the lunation cycle. So the quarter moon and the half moon and the 3/4 moon, and then continue to fuel that manifestation. So that's why like a journal is great, because if you write in My Lunarly, for example, they actually prompt you every new cycle. So you can look back on what you put down during the new moon and really see where you've gotten and see where you need to go, and still kind of pay more attention to or nurture certain goals on that list. But thank you for your question, Lauren. Pisces, manifesting the support and bravery to create and share with my community. I love that. Yes, I can't wait to see it. I'm an Aquarius and I need a lot of help. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, you know what? DM me, Selena, after this. I don't know what you need help with. Maybe you don't want to do it in a public forum, but I got you, girl. And you're an air sign. You probably don't need that much help. I'm an Aries moon, Gemini sun, Scorpio. Ending, my throat chakra tends to say shockingly closed. What do you suggest I do to open it? What would be a good manifestation? Such a good question. Your throat chakra is open when you feel like the communication is flowing very freely. You say something and someone immediately understands and gets it. If you feel like it's closed, you can't find the words to say what you want to say, try writing it down. So manifesting an open and clear line of communication. I want to manifest an open throat chakra. You can literally write that down. I actually did write that down for one of my manifestations. If you feel like there are certain things being misconstrued or it consistently remains closed even with your best attempts, I would actually recommend maybe a Reiki session or some sort of reset. And really think about, like, deep down, is there something that you're not being honest about? Is there something that you're not saying? And that's what's hindering you. So, being honest, especially with ourselves, is really, really difficult. So in no way, shape, or form am I saying you need to rush that process. But something like Reiki healing can really help you actually identify that or clear it out, and then you can have more room to be honest with what you need to be honest with. So hopefully that's helpful. Singing helps with throat chakra. That's so smart, Lauren. I didn't even think about that. Sing in the shower. Do it right now. Go get out of here and go into the shower and sing. Even if if you're not dirty. It's good acoustics in there. But that does really help move the energy. I totally agree with that, Lauren. Thank you. What are some of the neat ways to raise your vibration? This is a really great way to raise your vibration. Gratitude is a really great way to raise your vibration. So if you wake up every day, this is actually in many of Gabby Bernstein's books, but if you wake up every day and say 3 things you're grateful for, you will have over time that develops into a habit. 21 days, I think it takes. Over time, that will become very natural to you to start to tell other people that you appreciate them in the moment and in an email, in any time that you feel appreciative for something or someone. And it teaches you to raise your vibration by just feeling good and helping other people feel good, and really noticing like the little things that give you joy. Feeling like that all the time is the best way to manifest. So it's not necessarily a newfangled thing. Honestly, these things are tried and true, and I don't think you should reinvent the wheel a lot of the time when it comes to manifestation practices, because writing it down, speaking it into existence, and remaining hopeful and grateful for everything you have in your life works. So just do it. All right, guys. Well, this has been an absolute pleasure. I am so, so grateful to be spending time with you guys, to bring in the new moon. This is just as much a celebration and a holiday in my mind. So I'm, again, so, so appreciative. You can find me at High Priestess of Brooklyn on Instagram and pretty much anywhere else. And if you have any questions, let me know. Again, you can sign up for those Gemini new moon prompts through my email list. And thank you again, my Lunarly, for having me. I loved meeting you all, and have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Bye, guys.